everyone's having a blessed morning. I am having a blessed morning. Yes, I am. This is a blessed morning. This is a Monday. It's really, really cold out here in New York. So I want you guys to bundle up. And while you're taking your children to school, while you are going to work, having motion and movement on the train and the buses, it's really, really cold. So I tell you guys to give yourself like a half an hour to an hour early because during Monday is rush hours for Mondays is really really busy. Let me get into the dope content. And what is this title? This title is to I'm talking to a victim. I'm talking to a victim. And what I mean by a victim, like talking to victims, and I'm talking to a victim. I'm talking to a victim that has been sexually assaulted, that has been abused, that has been thrown away, that have been stomped on, that have been uh, um, tossed into no existence and not knowing where they whereabouts, not knowing what's going to be their next meal, not knowing what's going to be their next place to lay their head, being a victim. In some particular way, we are all victims. We are all victims and been victimized by the system, by those that are supposed to have lovers, our close relative, our close family members, or just friends. We've been victimized and traumatized and dealing with depression. We have all been victims. I've been victimized. I've been victimized. In whatever way that you can think of that I've been victimized, I've been victimized. And this is why I'm making this video is for victims all around the world that have been victimized, especially those that have been sodomized, right? That's been sodomized by those that's supposed to have loved them, supposed to care for them, supposed to protect them, but took advantage of their innocence, right? And used and abused them. This is exactly what these individuals did, right? And no justice came to these individuals. Justice did not prevail upon these individuals for you being victimized, you being taken advantage of, you being beaten, you being thrown into the streets, right? And you being thrown in the corners and every place else, being forced to not have proper education, to have not proper guidance and understanding, being forced to go out into the street looking for security, looking for protection, only to be victimized again by those that's outside in the street, that's predators that have been waiting for you, right? And can't find out and can't find the hope and judgment up on how to uplift yourself and how to get out from being victimized, right? And going in a state of darkness upon darkness by covering ourselves with drugs and alcohols and everything else, by covering the pain with medication. Medication could be cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, wishing that we was dead, being victimized. So I'm talking to the victim. This is who I'm talking to. This is who I need to talk to. This message, this video is for you. I know and understand your pain and your suffering and your traumas and your darkest secrets of what you have gone through. When you don't have a voice and you can't speak, let me speak for you. Let me express my feelings and my thoughts and my images and my understanding to the whole entire world to speak up for victims, for those that have been victimized, that don't have a voice, that cannot speak up, even for those that that's no longer here, that's in jail for the rest of their life, that's in the ground. A lot of people and a lot of individuals that's no longer here in society have been victimized, and the only way to deal with their pain and suffering is to do these acts, right, which is suicidal, of going to jail for the rest of their life, or being organ donors, or being dead, or being in the ground for the rest of their life because they cannot deal with the assault, right? They keep seeing this image of this person that they love sexually assaulting them and victimizing them and taking their innocence, you know. And this is why I made this channel. I made this channel because I understand that as a victim, as a person that's been sodomized in their life, that we need a voice, that we need a voice. And by having this voice, that would make us strong, and that would take back a little bit of our power. And I hope that victims to come forth, especially adult males like myself, that you don't have to hide anymore. You could come out and tell your story. This burden that you have upon yourself and upon your life that you cannot elevate, and you thinking that this gangster persona, right, is a way out, is therapeutic for you, but it's really sending you to the afterlife, just like all the other victims that couldn't deal with these trauma, depression, of being victimized and being their innocence being taken from them, you know. So I understand this, and going to the streets and drugging and smoking and doing everything else to block out these memories and images of individuals of taking, of abusing your innocence, however which way. And I know and understand that the pain and suffering and the many nights of crying, and waking up with cold sweats, right? And picking up the gun and picking up the knife and picking up these things to end your life or to end somebody else's life, and trying to deal with this pain stuff. I know I understand that. But I'm here to let you know that I'm your voice. I'm the little boy that's inside of you that's screaming out. I'm that little boy that took his pains and traumas and depression and turned it into success. That went through the process of smoking and drinking, and alcohol and cigarettes and everything else, that was homeless. I was you. I took all of that. Now it took time. I took all of it, switched it around, and turned all of my traumas, my depressions, my anxieties, and everything else. I turned it into success, and I turned it into rewards. And I'm letting you know that you can do the same thing. You don't have to drink. You don't have to smoke. You don't have to do these acts to basically block these sexual assaults, being victimized, and being abused, and being molested, and beaten with honor cords, or thrown in a corner, and everything else. I know there's a child out there that's watching this right now that's been victimized, that's being victimized, that cannot express themselves. This channel is to uplift us. This channel is to get us to the next thing in life. There's so many victims all around the world that's feeling pain and suffering, and they don't know how to connect. They can't tell anyone that they are being victimized in their homes. They are being abused. They are being beaten. Because society tosses us away and throws us away, and it becomes a cycle and a cycle and cycle. This is why I built this channel, because I wanted to build a palace. I'm going to call it a palace for victims, where they could learn electrical system, where they can learn plumbing, right? They can learn bricklaying. They can learn flooring. They can learn customer service. They can learn cutting hair, barbers, and everything else which is going to be there, for them, so they can grow and develop into the person they need to be. No longer will we hide in the shadows, right, and torch that little boy and little girl alone. I need for your guys to stand up. I need for you to stand up. I need for you to take back the little boy and the little girl that is hiding in the darkness, that is crying out for mommy and daddy, right? And crying out for anybody for help, and nobody's there. I'm that little boy and girl that's inside of you that made it. That made it. That's right, that made it. that beat the odds, on every level. So I'm here to tell you that if I can beat it, you can beat it. You can beat it. This sick barbaric devil demon is the one that wants you dead and gone. He do not want you to elevate. He do not want you to bring up the little girl and the little boy that is desperately in hiding from you. You constantly being reminded by it. Every chance that you get, you constantly being reminded by it. Right? You tried everything in the world, but it doesn't work. It's not fixing the problem. And I get it and understand that. The things that I did in order to unravel a lot of darkness upon me was I started working, was I started being active, and I started giving my time and effort to a lot of jobs that helped me out, right? And also praying. Whatever higher power that you have, you need your higher power and you need to work, right? The drugs and the alcohol, all it's going to do is make matters worse, okay? It's making matters worse for you, because I know it didn't work. It still was there. After I came down, the problem still was there. So this is for victims all around the world. This is for victims. This video is for you. This video is inspiration. This video is upliftment. This video is to do what? It's to get you to stand up and help you find the little boy and the little girl that is desperately in need, that is in darkness, that's screaming out for your help, that you buried for a long time. Find the little boy or the little girl that needs your help, that is in darkness. Reach down and find her and find him and lift them up. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that you are not alone and that I love you. Team Flow love you. And after, we go through this, a lot of things on YouTube that, people is putting bots on our channel, people is disrespecting us, people is coming in our comments, trolling us, disrespecting us, and we just trying to help other victims out all around the world. And this is an actually true fact. And I need for you to understand that I took my traumas and pain and suffering and darkness and turned them into success. I just went forth. I didn't look back. I didn't look back. I went forth. And you could do the same thing. If you need my help, get inside my inbox. I'm trying to build a facility where we all need the help, right? And we don't need the government assist. We don't need them coming and telling us what to do. We need each other and feed off each other. So I'm here to talk up for all the victims that's dead and gone. Rest in peace to them. And all the victims that's living right now. It hurts. It really hurts. It really hurts really, really bad. It really hurts. So I want to let you know I love you. Peace, y'all.